Call your sponsor. Call your sponsor.
And we're back. Welcome back to Bitch Call Your Sponsor. I'm Misty.
And I'm Sam.
Hello, Sam. So we start with our primary purpose.
Sure.
Our primary purpose is
for Misty and Sam.
to grow their friendship and maybe help others. Okay, I totally forgot where I was for a minute. More coffee. Okay, so the topic that I brought for us today is it okay to feel good? And I came up with this kind of based on one of our podcasts that I listened to because I love listening to our podcast. Is the fear of success, when we talked about that for a hot second. And it just really resonates with me that struggling hard, getting somewhere good, and then having it all fall apart has felt like the norm of how life is for my nervous system in the past. And what I'd like to do is recalibrate that and have, success and growing and more. And not that it's always going to feel good or no problems are going to come, but in the way of financial and acclaim, I guess, and using all my gifts and having them be recognized, having that part recalibrated to a new normal that absolutely, that would feel comfortable in my skin instead of, oh, sure, I bet I get there, but then it all falls apart, And how do I, a lot of my drinking career was pick myself up by the bootstraps. And I would, get a DUI or go to jail or, have something terrible happen. And then I would figure out a way to pick myself up by my bootstraps and get my life back to a place where everybody stopped talking about me having a drinking problem. And then it would all fall apart again and something else would happen. I'd do it again. And then I actually walked in the doors during one of the good times because I could just feel I was on the precipice of it all falling apart again. Okay, so there's that.
Wow, this is I love this topic, and I guess the spiritual principle for me is like this or law rather, I would say, is that water finds its own level. And the healthier, I always say, like, sobriety, active alcoholism is progressive, gets progressively worse, increased, trouble and all of those, physical, mental, spiritual, on all planes. And then sobriety for me has been progressively better in the sense of healthier relationships with myself and others, and the money thing is one thing that I'm just started actually working on, where my relationship with money, my relationship with success, and there's a lot that for me needs to be healed. There's a lot of beliefs that I grew up into, work hard, where it's like, no, work smart, those types of things. And I recall reading a book, oh God, it was called The Big Leap. And I believe the author's name is Gay something. It's a guy, I want to say, Gay something. And he talks about the upper limit problem, right? Where I'm only, exactly what you were saying, is I'm only capable of going where, I create my own destiny in the sense of like, whatever I believe, that's what I'm going to get,
Right.
And if I'm at that vibration of I'm not worthy, I don't deserve this, then I end up in whatever that pattern is. And I identify with the pattern of relating to money and or success And for me, it's been like this roller coaster ride.
Right. Yes. I always say that you earn what you feel you are worth.
Mm. Mm.
And then to address the other thing you said is that, like, it doesn't, for different people, it shows up in different ways, right? Like, I spoke with a sponsee the other day, and I've been sponsoring her for, what is it? Like, almost 20 years.
Mm.
And she's calling me with the same stuff she called 20 years ago as far as the friendship thing. It's always the friends are going to, get together and leave her. The friends are going to, and she does not have the money thing. Okay. She's doing fabulous in that area. But for her, I've gotten the same call for 20 years about the friend group. So, yeah. And for me, my sponsor would get the same call for 20 years about the success or the money or that. And those are the loops that I feel like ACA helps heal, that no matter how many meetings, no matter how many people I'm sponsoring, AA was not helping me heal those loops. Like AA got me in the place where I could even see those loops. Praise to God. But when it comes to the loops, ACA is the thing that is helping me hopefully undo those loops.
Would you say this sponsee, that call, the one with, the relationship with relationships, right? Friends, groups, whatever. Would you say that is abandonment?
Well,
is that what the thing?
Yeah, I hear you. What I told her is, whatever you're looking for others, you're not giving yourself.
Yeah.
So she's sitting there like, they're going to abandon me. I don't feel safe. And so she doesn't feel safe inside of herself. So these people are mirrors, and her goal is to, when she's feeling it, ironically enough, grab the sides of her cheeks, go straight to the mirror, look in her eyes and say, I love you. I love you, baby girl. Whatever it is, you just grab those cheeks, you look in those eyes, and you give yourself that safety. These people can all be friends with each other. They can all leave, and I will be here for you, and that is enough.
Through the lens of, and I agree with the ACA stuff, and the more I read and the more knowledge and the more experience I'm having, it's really, ACA is like very like therapeutic in the sense of it's like internal family systems.
Exactly. Oh my God. Yeah. Yes. IFS. When I read about that, I was like, you guys are just, that's ACA.
Yeah. But that's the intersection between the therapeutic community and 12-step. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think AA necessarily has that, or I don't actually think the sex 12-step has it either.
No,
it's ACA is the core.
Right. So it's the root of the tree. Yeah.
Yeah. So back to where we started with the fear of success, there's actually a fear of success DA meeting, Debtors Anonymous.
Wow.
Where they have specific, it's literally like a head nod, this whole damn pamphlet. And they have specific tools. But to go back to what you were saying, like, the fear of abandonment was like, she needs to basically not abandon herself, which I totally identify with, right? Like, I need to show up for myself, look at myself in the mirror, and like remind myself that I'm here for myself, like the reparenting, the loving parent, all of that stuff. For this upper limit problem or fear of success / abundance or whatever, through the lens of ACA, is there a similar tool you would say?
I don't know for sure because I'm not as proficient in ACA.
Yeah.
But as far as my experience, it is recalibrating my nervous system of a new normal. And the woman that you like, is it Lemke, Anna Lemke?
Oh, Anna Lemke.
Yeah. She talks about like one of her favorite things for people in recovery to do when they first get into recovery is to recalibrate their nervous system with boredom. Because that's what happens is people walk in the door and they've been on such a high-low chaos type of adventure with drugs and alcohol that when they get in the rooms, one of their first jobs should be to recalibrate their nervous system and get familiar with boredom and make that part of their routine. And so I think about that in terms of money, is that this loop for me has been going on for so long. I mean, it was a childhood loop that, you know, my mom would be like, I got this great, amazing job and everything's going to be great. We're going to do this. And then it was like, don't wear that polo. We have to go to the welfare office and you can't be seen wearing a polo, you know? And I'm like, it was such highs and lows from the very beginning that's what my nervous system got used to. So even when things do feel good, I don't feel normal unless it all falls apart.
It's so fascinating to me. I really think the next few years, I think within the next 5 years, if not even sooner, at the rate of change that things are happening, that science and 12-step will intersect again, similar to Dr. Silkworth and Bill, where, you know, there's going to be so much opportunity for deeper and quicker, I would even say quicker healing. You know, because the nervous system, like all the somatic experiences and the therapeutic interventions for, you know, there's science that backs it. Do you know what I mean? Even just like Andrew Huberman, like saying, yeah, you do the 2 sides and then you breathe out through your nose or breathe out through your mouth, like you're blowing through a straw. That has been proven. You know, there are scientific studies that regulates the nervous system, you know, and so I almost think it's like there's like a second coming of these, you know, the spiritual, the 12-step side, you know, with contrary action, and the scientific community reconfiguring, you know, realigning where there's literally infinite opportunities for health and healing.
I mean, I would say that it already happened as far as Tony A and this ACA and reparenting and your inner child, that happened in 76, you know? He was so far ahead of the game. That thought process was so far ahead of the game. Then John Bradshaw jumps on it and does a book about like your inner child and gets praised and all of these things. And then, you know, the guy that comes up with the internal family systems, you know, that's not that long ago. And it's like, okay, somebody caught on to this in ACA way back when. Yeah. And you guys are just implementing it, and you're not giving any credit to Tony A. You're not giving any credit to ACA. You're not directing people to ACA. You're just like, oh, we discovered this new thing where it's like your whole family system is in your body. Yeah. Hi, we've been here.
Yeah. And I actually think it's going to just get rapidly quicker. And I do, so I wonder what John Bradshaw, because I read his book on family, that's what it's called, based on the TV show. And I'm still reading his other book that's something with home in the title, I think.
He had one a long time ago, like The Path Not Chosen or The Other Path or something like that. It wasn't The Path Not Chosen. That's the poem. But he had one about, you know, I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to look it up. But it came out, I think, when I got sober, 93 or 94. And I remember Nikki, my mom, sent me the book. And the first thing was like, you're either going up or going down, something like that.
It's interesting. I think if I recall correctly from his On Family book, which was based on the TV show that did so well, apparently, that was based on IFS, is he does plug his recovery, because I think he came through Alcoholics Anonymous. And if I stand to be corrected, but I think he does mention ACA, but it's not ACA in the sense of it's, you know, it's like, yes, I think it started in ACA. I don't really know what the timeline is of it all, but it's fascinating. For me, it's like, it's the synthesis of all of these things that could be so amazing, because ACA doesn't give, as far as I know, doesn't give tools to regulate the nervous system.
No, it doesn't.
No.
No, but it talks about this inner family systems, and it talks about the inner child, and it talks about the loving parent. So no, it's not scientific.
Call your sponsor.
Call you sponsor.
Call you
Call
sponsor.
your
Call your
sponsor. Call you.
Bitch, call your sponsor. Call your sponsor. Call
Send
your
us an email with comments, questions, or concerns, bcysponsor@gmail.com.
Don't forget to rate 5 stars.